Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another Hammer Productions night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Dracula A.D. 1972, released in 1972. Dracula A.D. 1972 stars Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, Stephanie Beacham, Christopher Neame, Marsha Hunt, Caroline Munro, Janet Key, and Michael Kitchen. Dracula A.D. 1972 is directed by Alan Gibson. Now this one was written by Don Houghton. And this was an attempt to bring the Hammer films into modern era. They were usually the Gothic era set in the 1800s and everything, or early 19th century, all this stuff. And it just does not fit. The Hammer style, which this film still has the signature style, but it's got this 70s music thrown into it. It's got these psychedelic little moments and scenes in it just to make it feel like it's a 70s movie. And then you jump into other scenes that just feel like they're just regular Hammer film scenes. And it's just so disjointed and off to go from this 70s kind of feel to the traditional Hammer Gothic style. And, it doesn't help matters that most of the performances, they're playing the characters still pretty much like they are from the olden days. They are not playing the characters like they're from 1970s. Peter Cushing still feels like a Van Helsing very much set in the past. Stephanie Beacham, as his daughter, Jessica, pretty much feels more like a character from the past. Caroline Munro, even, playing the character of Laura Bellows, is pretty much a character from the past. So, most of the characterizations in here, there's nobody in this that feels like this is 70s, other than Marsha Hunt playing Gaynor Keating. And, that's the only thing, other than the music, some of the lighting things in Christopher Neame's Johnny Alucard's little pad that they're hanging out at, a couple of times. Other than that, it just feels so off. I don't know why this film couldn't have started like it does in the past period, and then maybe just have a couple of years later, and Christopher Neame's character, who was already playing a character in the past, ends up reviving Dracula in a similar way, just in that time period, not translating it to the 70s, because it just does not work like that. It's not bad directed by Alan Gibson. I'm not aware of a lot of the other works that he has done, but I don't think, I do know that he does end up directing the next film in this series, Satanic Rites of Dracula, as well. But other than that, I'm not familiar with his work as well as a lot of the other Hammer auteurs. Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee do great performances in this. The standout for me in this film, though, was Stephanie Beacham as Jessica and Christopher Neame as Johnny Alucard. They were really good additions to this, and like I said, if it hadn't been thrown into this 70s period thing, it would have been great. And Caroline Munro, in the small role she's in this, is really good in this too. I only wish, I don't understand. You've got this gorgeous, Caroline Munro here. She gets, the blood around her neck. She gets seduced kind of like from Dracula and then gets bit. And she's just killed. She's just killed. You never get Laura Bellows as a vampire later in the film, and getting to see her be a villain and everything in there, which would have been interesting because I don't think I ever saw her get that treatment. But being that he bit her, I was turn her into a vampire. That'd be cool. But yeah, Stephanie Beacham was great as Jessica. I really liked her performance in this. I really like the ending where Dracula uses her to get the dagger out of himself after Van Helsing looks like he has him and he's defeated him. She's under Dracula's control at that point. It was a great moment, her walking over him after she's pulled the dagger out of him. It was a cool moment in the film. But this one does hold a special place in my heart because I think this was the first Hammer Dracula film that I had ever seen. Doesn't mean that I hold it in this fondness to where I think this is the best one ever, but it is not as bad as a lot of people say it is, I don't think. So my final review for Dracula A.D. 1972. I'm going to give this film a 8.2 out of 10. It is not the best in the Dracula series from Hammer, but other than the 70s aesthetics not working for me, overall it's not a bad Dracula film. And it's great to see, Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee back together again, for the first time since Horror of Dracula. What do you guys think? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed this review. If you have, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button to become a Dark Knight fan. Alright, so that is the end of another Hammer Productions night. Hope you will join me tomorrow for another action movie night. Until then, thank you for watching.